Hi Virgo, so this is going to be your ACEs reading type. Let's see what's happening with you in terms of anything new or renewals around you. And kindly excuse any background noises. Kindly bear with me, yes? Take what resonates, leave what does not, and reverse energies as you see fit. Doesn't resonate, check your other placements, or I'll catch you in the next one. And if you want to know more about this tarot spread, kindly check out the description box below, to know more info about this tarot spread that I'm using today. I saw the Six of Cups while shuffling right now, so something related to a soul bond here. We'll take a look at that, if that's true or not. But I saw it, so I'm going to state it. Somebody we have memories with. The Emperor, all right? The King of Pentacles. So I told you I saw the Six of Cups. Didn't I tell you? And it was supposed to be here then. There's a very strong, specific connection that you still feel very fondly about, think very fondly of, even though there's some sort of difficulty with respect to gaining some sort of perspective about how to take action towards this. But regardless, you still feel a certain way about this particular soul bond here, or somebody you have memories with. It doesn't have to be a soul bond, but it is somebody who you have strong memories attached to, and you would like to do something about it. There you are with the King of Pentacles. You are telling me you're very strong-willed, and the Emperor is here. So you are looking forward to making a decision about this particular soul bond, whether to take it forward, whether to give more of ourselves to this, or whether to leave it behind. I don't know. You have decided upon certain course of action and keeping your practicality in mind, the practical self. That's you. And the Emperor, you might have some Aries in your chart, not the point, but I feel like you're somebody who's very strong-willed too. You've It's taken you a long time, but you're standing in your power here, and you know that this is the right course of action. Emperor is more of an authority figure, one who decides about what to do based on understanding what his empowerment is and where his empowerment lies. And accordingly, he takes decisions for himself that will serve him first, and then, as a result, the greater good. I'm sorry, I'm just stuffy today a bit, so bear with me. Eight of Okay, so you want to resolve some sort of conflict between you and somebody else. I feel like there are two people here. The Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. Yep, there are two people here. And somebody is offering some sort of communication. In reality, I feel like that's you that's offering that. And they are responding in the same. They have a more emotional heart space. Again, reverse those energies as you see fit. But I'm seeing here that you are trying to renew some sort of cycle with this person and trying to block the conflict or competition in this situation by showing up and doing the work with them. It's like, I want to actively build with you. I want to actively be serious about this. Whatever we are building, whatever we are working through, can we work through any sort of blockages and conflicts and competition that we are experiencing in this situation? Like, fighting for attention, fighting for love. Can we get on the same page? Can we agree to put in the effort, equal amounts of effort? I'm willing to take this seriously. I'm willing to put in the work. So can we do that? There are some sort of conflicts about how to put in the work into this and how to balance up with each other in a way that makes sense to you, both practically speaking in the 3D world. Like, how do we date around each other? What are our schedules? Can we make time for each other? How do we make time for each other then? What do we do? What activity should we indulge in to make sure that our bond becomes even stronger? Let's build on that bond. And there are some conflicts with regards to that, like, they want to do something else, you want to do something else altogether. You both have different ideas of what and how work looks like in terms of connectivity, right? For some people, it's more into, passionate investment means building on a relationship. For some people, it's like spending quality time, like the 3D world, right? And for some people, it's emotional investment first, and then as a result, they build their life around that. So it's like you both have different ideas of what it is, but regardless, you're trying to work through that. You're trying to understand their love language, and you're trying to speak to your own love language as well. Let's see your Ace of Wands here. Five of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so you're coming out of the abandonment here, but you don't. What is this with regards to? Is it with regards to work? It could also be that you are working here with somebody. You might be sharing a workspace with this particular person, and it's like, let's resolve this issue at work. There are a lot of fuss, there are a lot of chatter, going on in your workspace right now, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna keep my head down, work with this person, and work at myself and my own craft, perfect it, do my due diligence, and as a result block that sort of any sort of competition that's going on, or any sort of backbiting, bitching. You're trying to avoid it. You're trying to avoid that in the workspace as well. And there is somebody here in your workspace that is very special to you, and they help you, be in stay in check. Like, you don't indulge in competition or backbiting or bitching or moaning, things like that. It's like they keep you in check, and you keep them in check too. That could also be the case, you know like, let's not engage in fights, man. Let's not engage in any sort of backbiting and stuff, because it's not going to work well for us. You see, we're going to act from a higher state of being, a responsible state of being. We're going to have to be mature about this. Let's focus on our work. Let's focus on how we can make this thing grow. But let's not focus on worsening the whole work environment by engaging in the conflicts, right? A lot of people have to say a lot of things about you and how you go about your business and how others go about their business, but you're trying. Excuse me, just a second. Sorry, I'm back. So it looks to me like you both are trying to work around each other and trying to help each other in the workspace as well, to not engage in any sort of politics or drama at work. And there's some sort of breakage that you might have experienced in your 3D world as well, that you're coming out of, right? All right. So I'm getting two scenarios here. Again, it's with regards to a relationship construct here. So take it as it resonates. If it's with regards to work or relationship, you tell me what it is. All right. So I feel like there was some sort of breakage that you and somebody else experienced, right? You both walked away from each other. You both um, ended a relationship with each other. Like, you thought, I'm walking away from this. They thought, I'm walking away from this as well. This doesn't matter. And now we both, because that's your Knight of Pentacles, and that's somebody else's Knight, the Knight of Swords, in response to you. Excuse me. You're slowly and steadily have been trying to consolidate your mind around this breakage, and you have thought about this a long time, and now you are ready to come out of that break. And you don't know if this will work out or not, if this will balance itself out or not with this person. But you're telling me you have a plan in mind, and you would like to move forward in this particular direction around this person, to work with them. You don't know if it'll work, if it will work or not with the Two of Pentacles. You don't know if it will balance or not, because it takes two to balance each other, right? It takes two to balance a relationship. So you don't know if this person will likely balance up with you or not in the same way. Whatever you have planned, you don't know if they will be a part of that or not. But you are willing to try. You are willing to show up at their door, at this connection's door, and you want to try at your own pace. The Knight of Pentacles, slow pace, right? Nothing too crazy, nothing too fast or rushed. It's more like, I'm a plan guy. I'm a plan guy. So I've planned this. We're going to do this, and we're going to go on schedule day by day, right? We're going to take it day by day. While this person, the Knight of Swords, Eight of Cups, and the Tower, Eight of Cups is blown apart by the Tower. They thought that they were emotionally checked out, and they had completely detached from this, and they had walked away from this, and they had nothing to give or contribute to the situation with you. But that idea that they were unavailable and they had nothing to give to you is being blown apart, which means that they still want to try. And that belief system is being broken down here. They might have told themselves, the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck, yeah, that's their sword. They are sword oriented. You are telling me your MO pattern is more pentacle oriented. You're more practical and stable and, pragmatic, but they are more logical and more thoughts oriented, logic oriented. Let's look at facts. Let's look at what's being spoken of, right? Let's see what we think. And they thought that probably they told themselves for a long time that, oh, I walked away from this. It doesn't matter. This person doesn't matter. I don't want to take action towards Virgo. I don't want to resolve anything with Virgo. There is nothing to resolve. I walked away from it. I've emotionally completely detached from it, and it doesn't affect me anymore. This person doesn't affect me anymore. This Virgo doesn't affect me. This Virgo doesn't affect my heart or touch my heart in any way anymore. They used to, but I've walked away from that ever since. And I'm indifferent towards them, but seems like they are not so much, because they are taking action, because that belief system, as soon as you try to contact them, that belief system is being blown apart, and they know that they want to take action towards you. So whenever you show up at their door, they are almost like it's a knee-jerk response. in terms of action that they are showing up at your door, just like that, very swift. They're very swift, they're very blunt, they're very truthful, they're very honest and straightforward with their words. You might take your time speaking your piece, but they are like, this is what I gotta say, this is what I gotta do, and I will do it. I will not wait for anybody else, right? Yeah, time changed it. Time changed their perspective. Let's see. Okay, I was supposed to change the tech. What is this? Yeah, look at this. I told you, time changed their perspective, and they would like to communicate about that, how time changed their perspective about things, and they want to take action towards you. I told you, I was feeling a call. Can I make this shit up? Look at this. Eight of Wands again. I'm telling you, you both are communicating towards each other because you both are not done with each other. All right, you both are not done. So it might have been a false breakup, it might have been a false breakage, it might have been a false walking away. You both might have needed some time alone on your own, right, apart from each other, to figure things out, to figure your shit out, to figure what you want, what you both want, independently of your life and in this connection. So now that you understand it, now you both are trying to work around each other, and you both don't know, you both are sharing that Two of Pentacles in between you two. Like, I don't know if this will stabilize itself, but we're going to try. I want to try because I'm not done yet. It's like you both are telling me I'm not done yet. We are not done yet. The Ace of Cups is clarified by the Two of Cups. Yeah, the Five of Swords, the Eight of Wands. Look at this. That's what changed, right? The perspective that, oh, this doesn't affect me. There was no love between us. I did not care for them. All right. I did not care for them. The Two of Cups is shared between you two, and that the love part, that they were not so attached to you, that they were emotionally checked out from you, is something they are realizing that they were attached to you. That's why they would like to take action even today after the break, right? If they were not attached to you, why would they bother trying again, right? You don't try things with people of the past unless and until you were really affected by them. And where do you get affected by them? Not mentally, but emotionally, right? So I feel like you touched each other's heart, and somebody, I feel like you acknowledge that they are special connection, they mean a lot to you, but they did not. And that's what's changing. It's like they're understanding that, and also they're understanding that you affect their heart, that they were touched by you, emotionally speaking. And they might have had a patternized communication of, saying that, oh, they're not touched by you, they don't love you, and things like that. Whenever you two used to communicate on emotional front, they told you that they had nothing to share to you emotionally speaking. They had tried to deflect the questions, as in, I'm hearing a conversation pattern where they used to sidestep any sort of emotional connectivity with you, with regards to you. It's like, I'm not going to communicate through my heart. You can ask me anything logical, you can ask me to speak through my mind and talk about facts, talk about philosophies, talk about ideas. I can talk about that endlessly, but don't ask me to speak from my heart space. I'm not going to emotionally connect to you. And that's what their self-sabotaging tendency was. And I feel like it's shared between you two, though, although it's like a pattern between you two, that you two were feeling a lot about each other, but you two were not communicating about the love part. You two were not bonding and communicating through your heart space. You see, you are telling me you're more practical. Earth and air are not too far off in terms of emotional expression. They both, earth is dry and air is dry too. So it's like, you two were supposed to speak from your heart, but that's the least you two did when you were with each other, when you were around each other. And that was the cause of conflict between you two. Eventually you two got irritated and frustrated with each other because, let's be honest, there was love between you two and it was not spoken of. And unless and until we change that fact, this will remain up in the air, right? We need to, yeah, we have this capability to cut through all the BS that we experienced in the past, like in and out behavior, anything inconsistent. Oh, I feel this, but no, I don't feel this. I might have said it in all sorts of feelings. I might have been in my feelings last night and I said it out loud, but I don't mean it. I don't mean that. I don't mean that. No, no, no. We are not love partners. Don't get me wrong. I love spending time with you, but it's not all that. I don't think it's love, though. I said I love you, but I don't mean it like that. You know, it's kind of like that. But you two need to cut through that BS of negative thinking patterns and perpetuating the issue here with regards to communication. Something needs to give. You both need to be honest with each other, even if it stresses you out. I'm seeing that it stresses the both of you out. Now, Two of Pentacles is twice here, so I'm guessing it's the both of you that need to cut this crap down of, speaking to your truths. I feel like the both of you are scared to speak your piece in terms of what you feel towards each other, because you're like, I don't know what response I'll get, because the last time I checked, they said that they were not in love with me or they did not love me. So I'm going to hold back my feelings as well and my emotional expression as well in order to save me from embarrassment. I feel like that saving us from embarrassment is stressing us out more in the heart space. I've checked your heart space and you're showing me more swords than water. Although there is love here which shared between you two, but it's being concocted around a lot of thoughts, and it's getting lost in translation of the mind. You're using your mind too much, the both of you are in the habit of downplaying your emotions, downplaying what you mean to each other as well. So that needs to give here. Otherwise, you will be perpetuating the last time. Again, the issues will remain and it will not resolve itself. And that's why no change will happen. And no change plus no change equals no change. So we need to remember that. We need to change this communication pattern here. I did a reading the past week for you, the past section when I posted. I think it was general love read, or maybe it was general love read, where I saw that there was patternized communication between you and somebody else. So I'm feeling like it's something extended. Like I'm seeing the future of that you two have a chance to have passion and love and bring it into reality as well. That's your ace. We got all aces, baby. I'm telling you, we have a chance at renewing things. Ace of Wands can mean all aces, can mean renewal as well. That's you. The Nine of Pentacles. Somebody needs to act independently and claim what they feel. Look at this. Nine of Pentacles, that's independence, right? I know what I want. I know what I bring to the table. I have a can-do attitude attached to me. I stand my own ground. I stand on my own 2 feet. I know who I am, what I'm about. And that's also the Nine of Cups, which is I emotionally know what I want and what I bring to the table. I know how I get my pleasures met and how I get my emotional needs met. And I also know how to fulfill others as well. That's very emotional capability, emotional independence. We need to understand, somebody needs to claim here emotionally their feelings when they connect to the situation here with this person. So you both need to do this. And intuitively speaking, you can feel the love and the passion here, right? And the opportunity of 3D connectivity too. You know that this could be solid as hell in terms of love, in terms of passion, hope, inspiration, in terms of practicality as well, and solidity, where the reliability and resources are concerned. So you can make this stable, not just practically, but also emotionally and passionately too. You both love each other. So let's not try to perpetuate the problem here. Let's try to not act too cool for school. Let's be honest about our emotions. Look at this, the Eight of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. Yep, somebody might live at a distance. And that could also be the reason why you think that the Two of Pentacles is here, because you don't know if this would balance itself out in the 3D reality. But you feel a strong pull towards this, don't you? The High Priestess is here, which is there you go, the Six of Cups. I feel like you both feel it in your own ways. Even if you two can't put it into words, you both feel it in your own ways. Like, this is special to me. I haven't met somebody like this. And I can't replicate this connection. Yep. You two are connecting to each other, baby. Look at this. The King of Swords at the bottom of the deck as well. The Eight of Pentacles too. Look at this. That's you. The King of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. I did see this, right? The Strength and the King of Swords. So somebody is more logical, as I said, and you are more practical, as I said. You're putting in real efforts here, and they are also standing upright. They got a lot of pride attached to them too, maybe more than yours, and a very strong will and courage attached to them to try things, to give to things. And I feel like they're standing up tall, loud and proud to give to the situation. It's taking a lot of strength on their part to give to this, but they are trying here. And I see here Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and the King of Wands. I feel like that's them, you know, and they're opening up emotionally to you. They're trying to. I feel like somebody is trying to do things differently this time around. So I suggest you also keep your heart open and speak from your heart and genuinely mean what you say. All right. Otherwise, we will be creating the same problems from the past and we'll be repeating the same cycle. So I think you both are trying to do things differently this time around. And you both are trying to cut through any sort of bullshit that you two were using, bullshit arguments or bullshit words that you two were using in the past with each other, around each other, that, oh, I don't feel all of that for you. Oh, you don't mean all that much to you. Okay, you canceled on me this time. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. I don't get affected. No, you did get affected. And that's what you're going to change this time around. You're going to speak to those. You're going to be honest. You're going to let the other person know how you feel, how they make you feel. And they're going to have to do the same thing. Otherwise, there is no resolution then if things don't change. They are more passionate here. They are also passionately attracted to you. They got their fire involved as well. First, their thought got involved, and eventually their fire and their heart space gets involved in the situation. So I feel like you two are good. You two are trying. That's the least I can say for a lot of people out there, because a lot of people would rather not try than to leave their pride alone, for love or for anything that matters to them. Let's see anything else from the universe. The Knight of Pentacles, that's you again. Look at this, honey. Yeah, you're trying to speak to your emotional disappointment here. And you would like to get a fuller heart space with this person. I'm telling you. The Eight of Cups again. Look at the alignment here. The Knight of Cups is, and the Eight of Cups is in the same line. And the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups is still in the same line. They're also telling me that, oh, they weren't so walked away, or they weren't so emotionally detached from this situation as they thought, you know? So you both got your heart attached to this situation, and you both are trying to show up with your equal efforts here. You two might live at a distance, just putting it out there, you know? But there is a possibility for you two to connect in the 3D reality as well, because there's a lot of feelings and your intuition is here as well. So intuitively you both feel the opportunity of love and passion with this situation. Ten of Cups, Empress. Yeah, it can be a fulfilling relationship if we both tried and give to it. If we try to emotionally harmonize, this can be a productive relationship, and you both can empower each other. You can both be each other's allies, emotional allies, and also lead to each other's flourishment and growth. You both can lend to each other's growth. It's difficult. Growth is never easy, honey. It requires you to break down patterns of yours. That pattern of being too cool for school, being too cool for vulnerability, right? Let's be logical. Logical is the new sexy, right? Rainy is the new sexy. Let's not be all emotional about things, because no, no, no. We're going to embarrass ourselves. Let's not do that. No, we're going to do that. That's when we connect with each other where it counts. And that's when we make actual stable relationships with each other. That's going to last us a long time, long time. I'm talking years and decades of relationships. So that's all I have for you, Virgos. I hope this helped, and take care.